My husband teaches high school, and his current senior class has this one girl who's had a crush on him ever since freshman year. She leans over his desk when talking to him and invites him to come look for herself when she asks if she has supplies for the class. When he reported it, the school admin investigated him because they couldn't fathom a male being the victim in a sexual harassment case. But then 2 months after the school year started, Sabrina started showing at the places we were at. First, the Saturday farmers market. Mr. K, she screamed, running at us in extremely revealing clothes about my essay in reference to something he'd never assigned. Then she signed up to our gym the next week, somehow always coming at the same time as us, always needing the same machines, the same weights, accidentally spilling water on her chest in front of us. Then it was the coffee shop, bookstore, even the trail where we walk our dog. My husband showed me her emails asking where he'd be for emergency homework help. We were both completely creeped out. Our picnic at Riverside Park was for my husband's 40th birthday, was supposed to be safe. This spot was our secret, where he'd proposed, where we went every birthday. 40 minutes from town, middle of a Thursday when she should have been in school. But there she was, walking straight toward our blanket in this sundress that was way too provocative not to be accidental. I didn't tell anyone we'd be here, my husband whispered, showing me his emails immediately. She sat down uninvited on our blanket. Mr. K, I need help with my college essay. She touched his knee, but he jerked away, moved closer to me. Sabrina, this is inappropriate. You need to leave. She completely ignored him, kept talking about application deadlines while eating our strawberries. Saw the 40 candles I'd packed and giggled. Someone's birthday? I could give you a great present. She licked her lips. When we packed up to leave, she grabbed his wine glass and drank from it, leaving bright red lipstick marks. Make a wish, Mr. K, she winked. We practically ran to the car. The next morning, I found black lace underwear in his car's back seat. My husband went pale. He pulled up the dashcam footage immediately. There was some girl at 2 a.m. in a black mask, slim jimming the lock, placing them carefully where I'd see them. We went to the police, who said they'd look into it immediately. Suddenly, Sabrina vanished from school. Medical leave, the counselor said. On top of that, she also stopped showing up to the gym, stopped sending him emails about assignments. We heard nothing for over 2 months. We thought it was over. But then on a random day in February at a grocery store, I saw her. I grabbed my husband's arm and pointed at her. She had a baby bump. Small, but definitely there. She made eye contact with us, then him specifically, and blew him a kiss before placing her hand on her belly. I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Is she actually pregnant? I whispered. My husband was hesitant to respond and just moved us along. I saw her again 1 month later, and this time her bump was bigger. This time she walked past us, putting on a show as if she was mad at my husband for something. I couldn't understand. Even stranger, when she reached for cereal on a high shelf, her bump didn't move right. It was too rigid. Could her bump be fake? I asked. He didn't respond, just stared at her with his confused expression. At home, he claimed she was just mentally ill. The next day, we went to the police with everything. The dash cam, again, the stalking incidents, photos we'd taken, but they said they'd already looked into her a few months ago, and without direct threats, there was nothing they could do. By May, Sabrina looked 7 months pregnant. When the wind caught it at the Memorial Day parade, I swear I saw edges underneath, like padding, but everyone else bought it. Parents whispered, teachers avoided us. We changed everything. New gym, new stores, different routes to work. I picked him up from school every day. We were never apart. Our friends believed us once we showed them the evidence, but we were exhausted, documenting everything. Photos, logs, witnesses, living in constant fear of what she'd claim next. We even got a lawyer who said we needed direct threats for a restraining order. The marriage counselor said we were handling it perfectly, staying united, but I could see it wearing on us. We installed cameras, started looking at houses in other districts. My husband couldn't even go to the bathroom at school alone. He'd have another teacher stand outside. Our anniversary dinner was the one thing that we were looking forward to. Fancy restaurant downtown, reservation under my maiden name. We told no one. But when we walked in, there she was, eating alone at the table next to ours. We tried to change tables, but the rest were taken. We tried to just leave, but before we could, she stood up. How could you do this to me? The couple next to us looked up from their menus. My husband froze. Sabrina, you got me pregnant and now you won't even answer my texts. Her voice carried across the entire restaurant. Conversation stopped. A waiter heading our way turned around. She clutched her enormous belly with both hands, sobbing harder. You promised you'd leave her when I turned 18. You said we'd be together. That's